everyone, and welcome to Kitchen Chemistry. This week we're going to make some hot drinks to go along with the winter reading challenge theme of cool books, hot drinks. While making our hot drinks today, we'll learn about 3 different types of mixtures: a solution, a colloid, and a suspension. After watching last week's video on whipped cream, I'm sure you remember what a colloid is, but today we'll be taking a look at another example too. The supplies we need for our experiments are 3 glass jars or other heat-safe glasses or mugs, a tea bag, hot water, milk, cocoa mix, lemon, and honey. If you want to make cocoa from scratch, you can substitute cocoa powder and sugar for the mix. Let's start with our solution. For this one, all we need is one of our jars, and we'll place the tea bag inside. Next, we'll add in some hot water. And we can see something is already happening, but for now we'll let this sit for about 5 minutes so the tea can steep. While that's happening, let's get started on our hot cocoa. For this one we need our second jar, milk, and the cocoa mix. I'm going to start adding milk to my jar and then microwaving it until it is warmed up. I'm going to microwave it in 30-second intervals and stir each time until I reach my desired temperature. Once the milk is heated, we'll add in our cocoa mix and stir until everything is mixed in. Now it looks like our tea is ready, so I'm going to remove the tea bag so it doesn't oversteep and get bitter. For our last mixture, let's make some hot lemon water with honey. This drink is actually very good when you have a sore throat or a cold and can give you some relief. For this one we need our last jar, the juice from half a lemon, some honey, and hot water. Let's start by squeezing the lemon into our jar. Next we'll add in some honey. And finally add in the hot water. Now we'll stir to get everything combined. If you look at this one closely, you can see all of the lemon never completely mixes in and some settles to the bottom. Okay, so what makes our tea a solution? As water moves into the tea bag, it causes the leaves to move and soften, and it triggers the diffusion of the leaves. Diffusion is the movement of a substance from an area of higher concentration to one of lower concentration. So in the beginning there are lots of tea molecules inside the tea bag and none on the outside. The actual tea leaves can't leave the bag, but the smaller particles containing the flavor and color can, and that's how we get our hot tea. Now what makes this one a solution is because we are using a tea bag, and as the tea steeps and diffuses, it is dissolved into the water completely. You are also able to see through a solution, and the dissolved particles do not ever settle or separate out. If you want to try another experiment at home, try making tea with cold water or room temperature water and see how it's different. Would one take longer than the other? Now, if you guessed it, our cocoa is the colloid. Cocoa never completely dissolves into milk or water. Instead, the tiny cocoa particles are dispersed and suspended throughout our liquid. But even though the particles are suspended and not dissolved, they do not settle and cannot be filtered out, which makes it different from a suspension. Now our suspension settles, as you may have noticed in our lemon water. In fact, a suspension is defined as a mixture in which some of the particles settle out of the mixture upon standing. This is because the particles or pieces of our lemon are way bigger than the particles of water, so gravity is able to pull them down and out of the water, causing them to settle to the bottom. If you haven't already, be sure to register for the Winter Reading Challenge, Cool Books, Hot Drinks. All you have to do is log some reading minutes, and if you read 500 or more minutes, you'll get entered to win a Starbucks gift card. Visit gwinnettpl.beanstack.org to register today.